if Ruto wants to serve his second term, the only place that will serve second term yake ni Kamiti.
Ladies and gentlemen, we demand revision of the Terrorism Act of 2015 that was meant for Al-Shabaab and Al-Shabaab attacks in this country. We clearly define terrorism and protect the peaceful activists that only need a better living and a better Kenya. We demand living wages for all civil servants and uniformed officers aligned with the contemporary cost of living in the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to demand protection of farmers through fair pricing, subsidies, banning unnecessary imports, and support export for farmers. We demand job creation through a national industrial strategy, focusing on manufacturing, technology, and agriculture, because that is the backbone of a country that wants to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to demand the end to tribalism, nepotism, and impunity in public appointment and governance. We demand adherence to the Constitution of this country and the rule of the law as the supreme guide for the leadership of this country. We demand immediate release and dropping of charges against peaceful protesters and compensation for the victims for psychological distortion. We demand independent investigation by IPOA into police brutality and the political orders behind the people who gave those unlawful orders. Let us stop playing gimmicks. We continue to demand reforms in our education sector, education including free education and help debts that hold our people in captive to date. We demand audit and publish of all pending bills publicly so that we can understand as a people where we stand as a country. We also demand to compensate the compensation of our suppliers for payment that has been delayed for many years and in any other way because they do not associate with the current regime. In this case, we want to say we continue to demand a pass of prompt payment laws to make sure that we protect the small business owners, investors, pending bills, because pending bills equals economic brutality. Suppliers delivered, you defaulted to pay them. Who are the criminals? That is the question we ask as the F.B.I. The criminals are you, sitting in the offices, sabotaging the country in this manner. To the enemies of the people, we will name and hold them accountable. The individuals giving unlawful orders to our police officers and uniformed people, stealing resources and abusing power in office. If justice won't prosecute you now, then just know time is coming and you'll face the rule of the law. We call for action as F.B.I. We are not aligned with violence. We do not seek power by force. We seek justice. We seek accountability. We seek freedom. We seek inclusiveness. We seek a responsive government. Ladies and gentlemen, what we seek as F.B.I. is very different. Let me just refer a few things here as we conclude this statement. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. We as the F.B.I., we want to say that we want inclusivity of the governance of this country. And we want to call Kenyans of goodwill, Kenyans that feel that enough is enough of impunity, to actually join this movement. And what I want to say, joining this movement, we have already laid a link in my social media account that is Party Kosoi, in all social media accounts, so that we can join in a channel. Because fighting this government and impunity requires us to adhere to Article 1 of our Constitution, and that is being in big numbers. And again, I want to say, for the threats that were given by the CS Mukrome, that the Constitution of this country under Article 36 states that and stipulates that all Kenyans are in freedom and liberty to join any movement or any group as if it adheres to what they want. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to close this interview and to say that enough is enough of impunity. We must continue fighting. We must continue to make sure that we liberate this country, and we are ready to do it. And ladies and gentlemen, let us not play games by empowerment schemes that is meant to lure Kenyans, because they know their time has come, and the time to live, and the time to make sure that we reclaim our nation. And what I want to tell Kenyans, let us not be those people who forget very easily. And I want to tell you, Dr. William Ruto and his government, the Rock government, they are waiting for you, and they have already seen Kenyans as people who are lured very easily. I want us to stand firm and to get to know. Those empowerment is not what Kenyans want. What Kenyans want is proper enforced governance, whereby you go to the hospital, you're okay. You go to the schools, you're fine. You go to the roads, you're fine. You go to the economy is thriving. There is no one is waiting for an empowerment, whereby once you make those monies, they deduct more than 37% of corporate tax. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us be vigilant, and we must know that we are the change, and the change is us. There is no tomorrow, it is now, to bring change in this country. They can try it, but I'll tell them, I can only drive one car at a time, sleep in one side of a bed at a time, eat 3 meals in a day at a time. So what I want to say is that there is nothing more. They can buy us, they can buy me as Patrick Kosoi, and I want to tell them, the only way is not even being called on the table. We do not need the tables. What we need is to get to that kitchen. Make sure we cook the food for the Kenyan people. Fresh food, fresh mind, fresh leadership, and make sure that we liberate this country. So asanteni sana, again, asante sana kwa kukuja. I said earlier, people never got a lot of information. You're going to get to the people that arrived here earlier. And I want you to go knowing, you as the media personalities, you are the instrument and the voice that we use to propagate the agenda that we want to change this country. Please, may you get it right. May you be an ambassador of change, even at your expertise, at your professional level. May you start the change. May you pitch the change. May you bring that change, so that we are able to liberate our nation and be able to live in a better country. And I want to tell Kenyans, you've heard of Gamia 1, Gamia 2, oil in this country, you've heard of natural resources. What we are seeing is $27 trillion worth of natural resources that failed to be presented before the parliament, to be declared to the Kenyan people to understand how much worth we are. This money is divided to every Kenyan, including kids. We're able to take away 70 million Kenya shillings, each one of us 50 million. So we cannot be seated and be comfortable while they auction our country. Monies are ferried offshores out of this country. Monies are building hotels just to put the monies that have been stolen in those hotels and apartments, and other monies taken to offshore. There is no circulation and cash flow for the business people in this country. If you're not tired, then I don't know what you're waiting for. This is home for you. We are a political movement. It doesn't matter what political party you come from. If you believe in the change, this is home for you. The change that we all want. The change where a Kenyan can talk freely, a Kenyan where a Kenyan can express himself or herself freely. That's the country we want, a country that is free. Ladies
citizens, and hakuna mali tumesema like we are not a militia. Going to a shooting range is legal and anyone can go there. We are a movement that is being led by Mr. President here. Yeye ndiye atapeperusha bendera yetu 2027. We haven't mentioned anywhere that we want to take the government unlawfully. We want to take the government the democratic way. and we are going to mobilize vijana wote, wazee wote, so that we take this man called Ruto home. If Ruto wants to serve his second term, the only place that serves second term yake ni Kamiti. There's a school there called Kamiti Primary. Hapo tu ndio tunaweza mwachia serve second term yake. And one of our aims is to document the injustices that have been happening. Mwana vile watu wanauliwa, and tusikubali kufunikwa macho ati wakipea na stars like 2 million. 2 million won't bring life back za watu wenye wameua. And Ruto is a murderer, and we are going to make sure ametoka in office the democratic way, and we insist, and we are law-abiding citizens. And there is no amount of intimidations that will silence us. He can jail us. It's less than 2 years, early 2027. He can jail us for those remaining time, but at the end of the day, Ruto must go. That's all.
Our channel, that is a WhatsApp channel, where we'll be relaying information on what is the way forward for the Kenyan people. So therefore, feel free and feel okay to join this movement. It is provided in our constitution. You are at liberty. Fighting brutality and impunity is not terrorism. Fighting brutality and impunity is not a criminal aspect. It's a way to awaken Kenyan and realize they steal our monies, use them to lure us to continue looting this country. And therefore, we as the young people, we have said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. F.B.I.
Drain the swamp. Enough is enough.
F.B.I.
Drain the swamp. Enough is enough.
F.B.I.
Drain the swamp. Enough is enough.
F.B.I.
Drain the swamp. Enough is enough.
Asante sana.